You fell for it. I was only kidding. It's a teacher's trick to say something and the student goes back and checks it. And so you realized I did say yacht and sailing boat. So it enticed you to enhance your skill to get better at it. So now you know, because I attached an event, an experience for you to it. Okay, so practice using your number system by memorizing the following historical dates. Remember, step number one, turn each digit into an appropriate image. Step two, connect the images into a short story. And step three is connect the story with the reason for remembering it. Okay, so in a moment, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, just bear with me for a sec. I just have to adjust it properly. I just slipped up here, so I have to. Okay, so one more time. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, so I'm there. So now I'm going to share the screen with you. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so here's a historical date. Gunpowder Plot 1605, a conspiracy by a small group of Catholic extremists to blow up James I and the Parliament on the 5th of November, commemorated by the burning of an effigy of Guy Fawkes, one of the conspirators. So even now, on every 5th of November, there's Guy Fawkes Night, and it's like a lot of fireworks are being released and people are on the street and having parties. It's like New Year's Eve, okay? So they're having a great time. So how do you remember this historical date? We know, so when I was living in England, for 30 years I lived there, and there at least once a year or twice, young students will come up to me, you know, like pupils will come up to me and say, sir, I don't have to learn anything about history because I know about Battle of Hastings 1066. So they used to say, Battle of Hastings 1066. And I've heard it so often, it's like burned into my skull. And I actually been to Hastings and there's nothing, okay? Just like at Waterloo in Belgium, there's nothing. Okay, so here we go. But the English Parliament is there. So Gunpowder Plot 1605, how do you remember it? So we're going to learn it backwards, okay? So 5 is what? It looks like a hawk, right? So the hawk. 0 looks like a orange, good. So what does the orange do to the hook, or what does the hook do to the orange? So maybe there's an orange and the hook gets into it. So 6 looks like a yo-yo, and what does the yo-yo do to the orange, or what does an orange do to the yo-yo? So maybe the yo-yo could be this orange here, okay, and then a hook gets attached to it. 1 looks like a rocket, and what does the rocket do to the yo-yo, or what does the yo-yo do to the rocket? So maybe the rocket wants to start and the yo-yo falls out and stops the rocket from starting properly, and it falls over, and the hook goes into the orange. Plot. Now we've got a problem with plot, but I prepared something. I use the word plodder. What is a plodder? It's a man with big feet moving very, very slowly. Okay, a plodder. Okay, not a plot, but a plodder. In order to get a picture, because we know a plot is a conspiracy, but in order to get a vivid picture, okay, that's important. Okay, so what does a plodder do to the rocket, or what does the rocket do to the plodder? Maybe the rocket shoots under his legs and takes him with the rocket, and then the story about the yo-yo and the orange and the hook. And powder, everybody knows what powder is, but don't think about gunpowder, think maybe of makeup powder or magic powder. So there's magic powder, and it gets blown onto the plotter, and he can move a lot faster because the rocket goes under his legs, and the yo-yo story. Okay, and so we all know what a gun is. A gun, there's a gun, and you want to shoot with the gun, but makeup powder comes into the plotter, and you've got the story. Okay, so the whole story goes, there's a gun and it gets shot, makeup is coming out, going onto the plotter, and makes him move faster, and the rocket goes under his legs, and the yo-yo falls out, which is actually an orange dangling under the rocket, and then the hook stops the rocket flying off. Okay, so you've got that stuff there. So so then I'm closing my eyes now, and I say the words gun, powder, plotter, 1605. Okay, and then of course you need to turn the plotter into a plot. So now you say, as it's written there, so you say 1605, 1605. Then you say plotter 1605, no, plot 1605. And then you say gunpowder plot 1605. Just like you can say, like those pupils, Battle of Hastings 1066, gunpowder plot 1605. Okay, so practice that, and I see you next time.